Vibe coding is going to destroy a lot of careers, and most people don't see it coming. Everyone's excited right now. You can build apps without really knowing how to code. Just prompt your way through it. Ship things faster than ever. But here's what nobody's talking about. The people who rely on vibe coding are building a ceiling for themselves. They're becoming dependent on a tool while the engineers who actually understand what's happening are pulling further ahead. And those 200K AI jobs everyone's chasing, vibe coders aren't getting them. They're not even getting interviews because the companies paying that kind of money can spot the difference in 10 minutes. They need people who could actually debug, architect, and explain what's happening under the hood, not people who just prompt until something works. So if you're vibing your way through AI right now thinking you're building a career, you need to hear this. My point of view as an AI engineer. So a little bit about me. When I started, I didn't have a CS degree, and now I make over 200K a year as an AI engineer. Apple, Meta, Netflix, Amazon all reach out to hire me personally during tech layoffs without me applying. So how do I use AI engineering? So I use AI every single day. It accelerates everything I do. And the key word here is accelerates, right? Because I actually understand what I'm doing, what's actually happening. So I could catch when it's going wrong, where something's wrong, or if there's another way I would do certain things, I would prompt it or guide it itself, right? So I could debug without prompting in circles. What matters the most out of this is that I'm not anti-AI. I'm not gatekeeping. I'm telling you exactly what you need to do to get 200K salary a year. And vibe coding isn't it. At least vibe coding by itself isn't it. So what exactly is vibe coding? Well, the definition is basically using AI to write code without, and that's the key word over here, without understanding what it's doing. So it's basically prompting, copying, pasting, iterate until it works. So basically, if it runs, ship it, right? Why is exploding? Like tools like Cursor, Copilot, Claude, make it easy, right? So now you could build real things. Yes, they're actually real without knowing how to code. So that's great because it actually enables people who never coded before to actually build something that's real and working. And it feels like a superpower. So you could skip the boring fundamentals. Here's the trap. It feels like learning. I mean, you're actually building things, you're shipping real projects, and you're actually getting results. But building and understanding are two different things. What's actually happening here is AI is doing the thinking. You're just a prompt jockey. No mental model being built. You're just stuck at the level of prompts. Here's why vibe coders won't get 200K jobs. What companies are paying 200K plus actually want, they want deep understanding of what's actually happening. Someone who can actually debug in complex problems and know what the AI is when it's wrong and what it's actually doing and be able to explain it. They need engineers, not prompt jockeys. The main thing about this is that there's always data, there's always information, there's always code that's out there. They need someone to actually interpret that for them and give them recommendations to non-technical people. The interview reality, if you get an actual coding interview, like these technical interviews will expose vibe coders really fast because if you cannot explain what your code does, that's instant rejection. They figure out who actually knows within 10 minutes. There are two types of people. Type 1 are vibe coders. This is the trap right here. Basically what that is, you use AI to skip learning, prompt until it works, no foundation underneath, just building on sand. Now type 2, AI augmented engineers, this is the path, actually use AI to move faster, but understand what the code does. So can debug, optimize, and explain. So building on concrete. So basically what AI is actually augmenting and making it faster. So for example, if you try to look something up on forums or something goes wrong, AI can help you in that sense. But you understand the actual fundamentals, how everything actually put together. So what happens when it breaks, when your code that you actually ship breaks? So here's the scenario. You ship code that's something that you vibe coded, right? It worked in development, but now it's broken in production. You release it in the wild and now you're getting a whole bunch of errors that you didn't see when you were actually developing it. The vibe coder's response is prompt AI, fix this error, get suggestions that don't work, stuck in a loop. You're guessing, not actually solving. Because if AI can't solve it, then or tell you what it is, you don't know where to look. Whereas the real engineer's response, they read the error, understand what it means, trace the code, find the root cause, and then fix it. They solve problems. Vibe coders prompt at problems. The skill that actually pays 200K, it's not prompting. Prompting is a commodity. Everyone can prompt. If everyone could do it, it's not valuable. It's implementation with understanding. That's the important part. Taking AI models, making them work in production, understanding what's happening so you can debug and optimize. AI engineering requires engineering, not just AI. Yes, AI and prompting can help it out, but that alone is not what's going to pay 200K. You have to actually understand what's happening and get into production and translate it to people who don't understand AI and actually make it interpret and model it for their use case. Here's the uncomfortable truth about the future. Vibe coding will get easier. Tools will improve. More people will do it. The bar for building something will drop to zero. If everyone could vibe coding has no value. Now, understanding will get more valuable. As AI does more, knowing what's happening becomes more rare. The gap between vibe coders and real engineers will widen. The thinking stays valuable. The typing doesn't. Here's how to use AI without falling into the trap. Rule number one, understand before you ship. Don't ship code you can't explain. Read what the AI generates. Make sure you know why it works. Rule number two, use AI to learn faster, not skip learning. Ask AI to explain what it wrote. Let accelerate learning, not replace it basically. AI is best tutor ever. Use it that way. So actually ask questions, figure out the thinking behind it so you understand how it works and you could use that apply that knowledge and to other projects as well and be able to explain it on your own. And rule three, know when AI is wrong. AI makes mistakes constantly. One of the downsides at the moment for AI is that if it doesn't know something, you don't know it doesn't know it because it will hallucinate it and still talk as if it's correct. So if you don't understand, you will not catch these errors. And the last thing you want to do is be in a meeting or present a solution to people and it's completely wrong. And when it blows up in their face, figuratively at least, then you're not able to explain it. The last thing you want to be there is caught with your pants down, and the worst case scenario, you could lose your job. So the best engineers know when to ignore AI. Here's the career path. So path number one, vibe coder. So it's a fast start. But the thing is, you hit a ceiling fast. You can't really debug. You can't architect. You can't really explain. So you're going to be probably stuck below like 100K. You won't get interviews for 200K roles. And basically, you speed now, but then you get stuck later. Now, path number two, AI augmented engineer. So it's slightly slower start than it is for a vibe coder because vibe coder, you'll see results fast and you feel like, oh, that's amazing, right? Now, the thing is, you're building real foundations. So there's no ceiling once you get started and once everything started to fall into place with path number two as an augmented AI engineer, it's a 200K plus trajectory. So especially if you know a specific industry or specialize in an industry, maybe the industry you're in right now, that's probably the best way. If you add AI to that, you're extremely valuable to the company because it's going to be really rare to find someone who's proficient in both. And companies reaching out to hire these people. Foundation now, freedom later. Let's address the elephant in the room. I hear all the time, but I'm shipping real things with vibe coding. Yeah, well, shipping and understanding are different things. You will hit a wall. AI is only going to get better. Yes, that's true, exactly. And understanding what it does is only going to get more valuable, not less. Because less people are going to know how it works, and you're still going to need people in the future to actually build it and orchestrate this in the future. And that's going to be a lot more valuable than the people just prompting things. And the other thing is, I don't have time to learn fundamentals. Okay, well, you also don't have time to stay stuck at 80K either. What to do instead? Learn the foundation. So Python for data science, learn how LLMs, large language models work, RAG, LangChain, agentic workflows, understand the actual architecture behind it. Build on concrete, not sand. You want to be able to build proof that shows understanding. Projects where you could explain every decision, ability to debug and iterate. Proof of understanding, not just proof of prompting. Understand that vibe coding is a trap disguised as a shortcut. The 200K jobs go to people who understand this.